remember very, very clearly that when we decided to move to Canada, I figured, all right, I'm going to be an immigrant. So if I'm going to be an immigrant, and I've seen how difficult it was for immigrants to integrate in French society, particularly in the French workplace, so I figured, okay, I'm gonna have to work hard at it. So the part which is different from many immigrants I work with is I actually started looking for a job in Canada probably like 9 months, or almost 9 months before I actually landed in Canada. I came with, compared with the average immigrant, I came with far more awareness of the magnitude of the challenge. I didn't know the specifics, but I knew it would not be a piece of cake, a walk in the park. What I did fundamentally was project onto Canadian society the structure of French society. The structure of French society says that if you want to have a career, not just a job, a career, you need to go to Paris. Because in French we say Paris est le désert français. That translates into, well, literally Paris and the French desert, which fundamentally means if you go outside of Paris, you have no chance. I mean, there's no future, okay? So in my mind, I gotta go to and I knew that Ottawa was not the equivalent of Paris, because the political equivalent, but not the economic equivalent of Paris. So I figured I gotta go to the economic equivalent of Paris. So to me, that's Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. I'm not the only one who made that mistake, because if you know how many immigrants land in those 3 cities combined, it's like 3/4 of all immigrants, okay? And so Diane and I looked for work in Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. I'm a chemical engineer by training. My work is, the industry that employs the largest number of chemical engineers is the oil and gas industry. I figured, quickly realized Vancouver, no chance, so it's got to be Montreal or Toronto. And then I remember Diane came to me one day and she said, I may have a job opportunity in Calgary, can you look for a job there? And my reaction was, in essence, over my dead body, we're going to Calgary. Yes, I wish I was kidding, but that was exactly my thought process at the time. If we are going to Calgary, I will have no professional future. I've been in Canada 28 years. I think at about the 10-year mark, I realized how big a mistake I had made. Because I found out, through networking and so on, that fundamentally there were only 4 organizations interested in my chemical engineering knowledge, okay? 3 in Calgary, 1 in Edmonton. And I found a job in Toronto at the PhD level, but it did not make use of my distillation knowledge of what I had learned in grad school.